Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We're with you here, guys, every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time to run live free picks for you for today's card. And on today's show, we will have picks from the NBA playoffs, NHL, as well as Major League Baseball, 15-game card. And, of course, the W returns with a big card today as well. So make sure you guys subscribe to our channel so you get these free plays. And, of course, a lot of on-demand content here at Tony's Picks YouTube. And give us that that thumbs up right off the bat. So it helps us build up our audience. And whether you watch this live or you're watching on the replay, we greatly appreciate it. So now we'll introduce the cappers, and we'll get right to the picks as we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Let's say hello, Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Yeah, not too bad. Tony, one of those it was a tough Monday for me. Went what did we do there? We went I went light because I wasn't too enamored with the card. We went 0-3. Lost with the Cardinals. The Orioles got the job done. And then figured the Panthers would wrap it up. They did not. And then my MLB play of the day was the Padres. And, of course, they win. But they only win by one. Needed extras to 4-3 in that one, so dropped that one. So 0-3 day on the Tuesday. So back-to-back couple days for me. So if it's not a winning day, you'll see me. It'll be like, who's that guy tomorrow? Because it will be.
Wow.
Saving the beer day. So we'll see.
Beard on the line.
The Beard saved us the other day, so we had a nice little winning day there. So looking for a nice little winning day here on Tuesday to save the Beard, as they say. If not, it'll be
We'll save the Beard. We'll say how to Sean. Sean, what's happening?
Yeah, terrible day. I took a 0-3 here at the end of the show. That's 0-6 the last 2 days at the end of the show. So you can just imagine how my regular picks went, right along those lines. 3-6 in MLB. I mean, St. Louis in the over. I couldn't catch one of those. The Pittsburgh Cardinals. I said the Orioles show up with some pitching. Really? They show up with pitching once. Oh man, what else?
And it's important to boot.
I had the Dodger over. Of course, they hit a home run in the top of the ninth to push it over. So instead of a 4-5 day, which I can live with, it turned into 3-6. It looks like 10 times worse than what it was. And like at the end of the show picks, like you mentioned, you had the Padres. I had the Marlins here. I thought it was a good spot for Miami. Yeah, that's not like losing in the bottom of the 10th. Same with I had what was the other game I had there? The White Sox losing bottom 9 plus 250.
Oh
yeah. That's
you shouldn't celebrate a walk off against the White Sox. You really shouldn't.
It's frustrating. I had San Fran. I'm like, all right, Montero's on the hill. No, thank you. I like Burrson the way he's been pitching. Just losers everywhere. Texas, the Grom can't even get a strikeout. 2-1. I had to run line there like a sicko. Like I said, 3-6 could have been 4-6 or 4-5, which isn't as bad, but that's frustrating. You hit a couple games like this, you get 2 days in a row, though, you get bad ones. You're like, oh, yeah, right, Rod. You're like, you got to be kidding me.
Yep.
Where's the break this time?
Get bad ones. It's like, yeah.
You have a run. You have like a 3-8 run or something. You're like, what just happened? I was just on like a 23-5 run, and then all of a sudden you're pedestrian again. That's baseball, Susan. Let's go.
Yeah, that is baseball. Yeah.
Sometimes
frustrate me.
It can't. It is also day baseball on Monday, and these guys aren't used to that either. So that's something wrong.
See that kind of stuff. Listen, you're getting paid $17 million. You better well be able to play baseball at 2:00 on a Monday. I don't care where you should be playing in a parking lot. Should make a difference where you play.
Yeah, well, some of the teams facing travel too. This makes it a little different here. I will say, it's also the sleep, right? The sleep situation there.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that even whether you're a professional athlete, is still you got to get your sleep in. If not, you're going to be behind everything. Yeah, I had split the day. I was looking at the NBA numbers. I got them in the green in the NBA this year after a really rough stretch here at some point, even early playoffs. But I hit 1 and 2 in baseball. I wasn't happy with that one. Of course, yeah, I did go down with the Cardinals and the KC Royals. I didn't get a really good outing on Lorenzen. But again, a lot of the free picks of the run lines I liked a lot. I didn't put in as premiums. I like the Dodger run line, I like the Yankee run line. Like I said, the Angels finally faced pitching, good pitching, and we saw what happened there. They couldn't get any runs off the Yankees. We'll see about today how it may be different here because you have Tyler Anderson on the hill. We'll see how that rolls. But the Dodgers come in and get it done with Yamamoto. But we'll see. There's a big drop off after Yamamoto in that rotation. Isn't that like 2 straight wins with LA with the Yamamoto on the hill? He looks like the real deal. But again, we need those. The Dodgers need those 5 bullpen arms back in their rotation. All right, let's get to it. Here we got. So we still have NBA guys. We're going to have at least 2 more games in this series. We were worried about this one maybe sweeping here, but we don't have a sweep situation. We do have an interesting situation here with Indiana here, either up 3-1 or 2-2. We'll see how this rolls. Pacers going to be favored 2 in this one, total 220. And at the look at the injury report, let me see what Neesmith is, with the situation with Neesmith with his ankle, because he was showing up as questionable yesterday. He's questionable again today. So that's finally we got somebody on the injury report. It's Neesmith with that ankle questionable. And we'll start with Rod.
Yeah, looking at this one, well, we've seen what the Pacers were doing in that game, and rolling right along, looking like it was going to be 3-0, and they just that second half didn't treat them so well. And you look what the Knicks do, follow one of those upset wins on the road this season, following an upset win as a road underdog in 2025. That first half, they follow up with an 0-8 in that first half. I think we see what we've seen there in that game 3 with the Pacers up in the lead. I only have to lay 1.5 points. I will. Give me the Pacers here in the first half. I think they have a big lead. Kind of like what we've seen yesterday. I think Pacers had their little letdown. I don't think they're going to have the letdown here. They're not going to let the Knicks completely right back into the door. They do not want to go to make it 2-2 and definitely see another 2. So I think we see what the Pacers did in that first half. I think they come out here in this same thing in the first half and get themselves the lead. Give me the Pacers in the first half.
There we go with Ron. We move on over Sean.
Well, yesterday I said OKC team total over. The first half over, our first quarter, I was ready for a bunch of points. This one, I'm not really quite sure what to expect. I do like the Pacers today. They're, think money line to go like 130 there. Like Rod said, I think they don't want to go back and they almost rallied there, whatever. The last game, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I mean, you get a big lead. Come on, put a team away. It's crazy how you have a Knicks team coming back from 20-point deficits. Forget about covering. They're winning games outright against teams. And Cleveland just wins in dramatic fashion, never down as much. So just 2 weird teams. I don't know. Either way, you look at that's weird. Any hoot, we're going to go Pacers here on the money line.
There we go with Sean. Tell you what I think about this game here. I like the Pacers here. I'll look at the spread here. We've looked at Indiana after a home loss. They bounced back with a 20-point win against Cleveland. You look at every loss that the Indiana Pacers have had in these playoffs, they have bounced back with wins by 20 or greater points. So this team has been a bounce-back team after a loss in the playoffs. So I'll look at them in the spot. One thing to note here, New York on the road in the playoffs overall shooting just 42%. Look at the Pacers just went cold. It's going to happen, right? You're a 3-point shooting team, a very good 3-point shooting team. Shot 20% from 3, and you still only lose by about 6. So I think I'm okay with the Pacers here to come back. You're not going to win every game. And to me, the Pacers have that championship look to me. But again, you go back and look at championship teams; they don't win every series 4-0. You're going to drop games, so I'm not going to sweat that one too much. So I like the Pacers there in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. We'll turn our attention to this 15-game card here from Major League Baseball here. Let me take a peek at the starters to see if there's been any changes in these starting rotations here as we get it rolling here. We know Sugano will go for Baltimore today in this one against St. Louis. There was some early talk that he'd go yesterday, but that didn't transpire. Spencer Strider makes his return here, and it's going to be Ranger Suarez on the hill. So they pencil in Suarez for Philadelphia. It was a different pitcher earlier on. So we look at Suarez there tonight against the Atlanta Braves. And let me see if there's any other notables here. Cooper Criswell has been confirmed to be the starter here for Boston against Savale for Milwaukee. Savale is going to make a second start here. Let's see if we have any other changes in this rotation going down to the later games tonight. Looks like Logan Evans will get the start for Seattle, and Kolek will get the start for San Diego there. And Burrows will get the start there for Pittsburgh. So there's some of the names that have been confirmed here to start as far as we know now. Of course, you got to stay tuned to the happy hour to get the final confirmations there because all these games are going to start at 6 Eastern or later. So we're all set to go. So let's get to the games here. We'll start here, top of the rotation. Dodgers and Guardians. Dodgers down here. I saw this one up in the high 30s last night. Dodgers down to $1.22, total 8.5. We've got the Cardinals and the Orioles. Or so $1.10 on both sides, total of 9. Giants and the Tigers. Boy, Montero shut that Giants down for 5 innings yesterday. Giants $1.16, total of 7. Braves and Phillies, probably one of the best games of the day here. Strider and Suarez. This one a coin flip, $1.08 here for Phillies, total 8.5. Twins and the Rays in that really dimly parked. There's not a lot of light in that Tampa Bay ballpark. If you happen to watch those night games, it does not seem to be a lot of bright. If you notice, there's been a lot of night unders there. We've got the Twins here, $1.21. Total sits here at 8. And so the first 5 here on the rotation, and we get to start here with Rod.
Yeah, and looking at these first 5, the first one I like here, I'm going to take the under between the Dodgers and the Guardians. Just one of those spots. I think May has a half decent start. I think Bobby goes deep for the Guardians. And we have a little pitcher's duel early. Wouldn't mind the first 5 under as well, but give me the under 8.5 here in this full game. You look at the Guardians, 7-3 to the under in their last 10. Dodgers 50-50. I know they're still dealing with that bullpen, but I'm going to throw the bullpen in there. I'll take the under 8.5. I think you get a low scoring one between those two. And then, hey, Baltimore got themselves a win. They've won a couple now, have these Orioles. Is this a little letdown for St. Louis here in this one? I would kind of lean to the Orioles there in that one to continue to stay hot. But the one I'm looking at, the last one I'm looking at here is give me the under 8.5 there with Joe Ryan on the mound. Look at Joe Ryan, the way he's been pitching. He's been pitching lights out over his last few starts. I believe he gave no runs in his last outing. And the time before that, I would think it was 1 run. So definitely been pitching better. So for me there in that one, I like the under between the Twins and Tampa Bay in the darker the building there, and that one low scoring between those two. Give me the under.
There we go with Rob. We move on over to Sean.
Yeah, I'll start with the Joe Ryan game. I thought about taking the Rays. They won 6 in a row. But Ryan's, man, he is solid. I like Joe Ryan. He's been good since he's come up a couple of years ago. So this would be a pass for me, although I'm torn. I want to do Tampa Bay. I want to do Tampa Bay here, just based on the streak. Back to the start. Dodgers in the under there. The Orioles, we've won a few in a row here. Here comes Baltimore. I'm torn on this Tiger game because I have a Flannery biased. But Webb has just been, Webb, and Flannery has not been good. So I don't know what to do there. Maybe I want to take an under, but why do I feel like they're going to hit Flannery? He's just not been a typical Flannery. Normally, he's like pitching to like a 3 ERA, and then 16 starts to go on the injured list. It's not. He's been not pitching well. And the Brave game, Strider, last start wasn't all that good. Gave up 4 runs, couple innings. Pick them. I don't know. It's a pass for me, man. If it was a little more on either side, if I was getting 120, maybe I'd take either dog. But in both, it's now we're in both teams a favorite kind of mode. That's a pass. That's a pass.
There we go with Sean. Tell you what I think about these games. Yeah, I'm going to come back here with LA here. Bobby's strikeout numbers have dropped considerably. He's pitching to a lot of contact. That's not good against an LA team. Against righties, that hits 267, 58 homers in 37 games. And a look at Bobby here, strikeout rate at 18%. That has dropped considerably here. 1.71 home runs. He's almost given up 2 home runs per 9 innings. That's not a good combination against this Dodger team right now. So I'll look at LA in that spot. I'll come back here with St. Louis. Palantir on the mound for Baltimore in this spot. But again, St. Louis has hit pretty well against the AL. And in their night games, Baltimore hit just 208. Orioles bullpen has not been very good for the past week and a half. And I'll look at the Cardinals here in this spot. I'm going to come back with the under in the Giants and Tigers. You can't score against Montero, which I know it's Flattery on the hill, but looking at Flattery at his numbers at home, they have been better at home. As a road favorite, the Giants 7-2 to the under. Detroit at home this season now at 16-9 in the under at home. So I'll look at the under in that spot. Braves and Philly, I'm a Ranger Suarez fan, but I think in this situation, this comes down to the bats, right? Atlanta against left-handed starters hitting just 217. The Phillies at home against losing teams 10-2, returning 5 units. I'll take the Phillies in this spot. They're hitting the ball much better. Piggybacking back to this Cleveland game, I just wanted to bring this up. Cleveland is hitting just 217 in their home ballpark. That's like Seattle, like. So that's one of the reasons I also like Cleveland in that game. All right, but I'm going to back Ranger in that spot and give me under in that dimly lit minor league stadium there. Minnesota has not hit the ball very well. They didn't look very sharp yesterday, hitting the baseball 208. We know the form Ryan is in. The Twins bullpen has been pretty good. It's what's helped this surge for the Twins has been the play of their bullpen. That's you have to make note there. And Minnesota 12-3 the under on the road, facing a team with a bullpen whip of 1.35 or lower this season. And of course, the Rays are now 13-5 the under in their home night games. That was the number I wanted to bring up to you. You're playing in heat. A lot of the times, there's a lot of hot weather there in Tampa Bay. But when I watch those games, it's just like, well, this looks like a minor league ballpark. Not a lot of brightness with those lights coming in there. That might have an impact on the vision for the hitters there. But I'm old enough to remember back in the day how dimly lit these stadiums used to be. That was probably one of the reasons we had a lot of unders back in the 60s, 70s, and beyond, and early 80s, is because these lights, they didn't have those really bright lights back in the stadiums back in those days like they do now. Of course, these stadiums are brightly lit mainly for television. But I like the under there with Minnesota and Tampa Bay. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show as we continue on with the game. Boy, this Mets club, boy. Although I got to give credit, we did say the White Sox have a glimmer of hope with some of the starting pitching there, starting to show up here. White Sox and Mets here. The Mets 250 total of 8. Reds and Royals here. KC $1.18 total 8.5. Red Sox and Brewers. Look at the Brew Crew here, $1.20 total 8.5, coming off that big dog win yesterday. Rockies and Cubs. Rocks were competitive, but not good enough yesterday in the win blowing in game. Cubs 306 total 7.5, and we conclude here with Blue Jays and Rangers. Here we got the Rangers $1.54 total of 8, and in this one we start here with Rod.
Yeah, and look at these White Sox. Hey, they've covered the run line in 6 straight. So I'll take the White Sox plus the 1.5 there, going against Meatball McGill. The Mets 5-5. In the last 10, hey, the White Sox, as I said, they've covered the run line in 6 straight. A couple of those have been outright wins. So you look, they've been awful on the road, but is Meatball McGill worth minus 270? No. So I'll take the White Sox plus the 1.5 there in that matchup. And then you look at Boston on the road; they haven't been good. The Brewers play the better ball at home, laying minus 120. Yeah, give me Milwaukee to get the win there in that one over Boston today. A couple I like there in the middle block. Definitely not my favorite spot as always, but I'll take those two.
There we go with Rob. We move on over to Sean.
White Sox. Yeah, man, I'm a sicko, so I'll go back to the well there, the plus money. Forget that 1.5 thing. They got to win a game. They got to win. White Sox in the under. Give White Sox in the under. Royals, Reds. I had the under yesterday. Yeah, what the heck's going on here? Pass. Yeah. Brady Singer coming back. Like, Brady Singer coming back to his old team. Are they going to crush him because they know how he pitches, or is he going to dominate a bunch of young hitters because they're young? No, thank you. Brew Crew, Aaron Savali on the hill. Love it. Oh, boy. I leave Milwaukee here. Boston's slumping. My AL East ticket not looking good on them right now. And the Cubbies got to go the under, right? I mean, it was a 3. I said yesterday's game, 3-1? 3-1 game yesterday? Yeah. Probably more the same today. Under. And then the last one in this box, the Jays?
Jays and Rangers.
Yeah. Oh man. I'll do another Ranger run line. I'm a Glenn for punishment. I lost with them yesterday 2-1. They'll probably win today 2-1 and not cover. What happened to this offense down here?
Yeah, Seager.
I don't remember Rusty Greer hitting 36 homers on this team. Now I got guys.
Seager's either back today or tomorrow, I believe, for Texas. So maybe have a little bit of hope there for Texas. But
who Rusty Greer's coming back?
I think
Seager.
Seager.
Singer, the
Yeah,
hitter.
listen, what does that make a difference? I mean, Garcia, Wyatt, all these guys. I mean, nobody's hitting. They're all hitting. Nobody's hitting.
Haggerty, the DH. It's hitting too. You got a DH hitting, but
I mean,
low 200s.
You're getting good
213.
pitching again.
Yeah,
You're getting solid pitching again.
yeah. And you get
Well,
problem is everywhere DeGrom goes, the batters don't hit. I don't know what it is about DeGrom. You know, you put DeGrom on your team, and your batters can't hit. Jock Peterson went on the injured list, but he's either a strikeout or home run. But he's
a DH pinch hitter guy. Come on, Jack. We're talking really Jock Peterson. That's what we're talking about. Why the team's not hitting Jack Peterson?
No. I'm just Corey Seager is out, and so is Seager. I mean, Seager and Peterson. These are just some of the names I'm throwing out there that are
bunch
of
overhyped ex-Dodgers.
Three of their top 4 prospects are in the injured list too, so that doesn't help either. So, that's right. Yeah, the Peterson was their DH, so that's why they're flipping around their lineup there. But yeah, they are.
It's not 90 in there in Texas either, so it's kind of cold if you think about it. Really. It's 80.
They play in a dome now. They play in the dome.
Yeah, they play in a dome though.
Yeah, they used to play back in. It was really
that was one of the hottest. In the dome at
No, it's a closed dome. It's a closed dome stadium. Yeah, I mean it was one of the most miserable stadiums in all of baseball back in the 80s where they played. It was
hot as hell right here.
Well, you know what it is, Rob. You know what it is, Sean. You know how miserable Texas can be. You know.
I mean, you talk about California being a half desert. Texas's climate is like Saudi Arabia, bro. It is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. You got.
That's why I said 80 is chilly in Texas right now. Usually it's a lot hotter than that.
So we were grilling last night, and we ate inside. And so afterwards, I said to Mom, let's go sit outside. It's nice. There's a nice breeze. It was like 65. It was gorgeous out. You know, but that's cold. I mean, listen, it's only 90s. This whole week's supposed to be like 90s. I mean, we're talking 90s in May and June here, like low 90s, like 91. That's when I first came down here. I had a stretch where it rained like a whole month. It was like kind of like, and it was like Florida weather. And then I think by the summer, I had like 2 plus 3 straight weeks of 100, and then I'm like 101, like 105 plus, like just ridiculous all day long. You know, nighttime it's like 96. On top of that, then you get the 90% humidity too on top of it. So it's an insane weather here. It is crazy. It's like being on a different planet.
Yep, no doubt. Here, I'm going to come back with the under in the White Sox and Mets. My goodness, you really can't get much scoring off this White Sox pitching staff. But again, I will say there is a glimmer of hope with their starting. Shane Smith has been solid here on the year for the White Sox. They go deep in game. And McGill here, see what we look for with McGill. There was something there I liked about him. McGill at home in the area at 1.86. So at home is
going, Tony. I think they switched.
They switched it. Cannon?
Smith
Was it Cannon?
To Cannon, yeah, I believe so.
Check here. Jonathan
Cannon's on the hill.
Oh, Cannon's on the hill. That's right. That's why they had the good on here. Okay, I'm all right with Cannon on the hill. I had him under yesterday, so come back again with Cannon on the under. Go referring to my net. So that's right. That's right. Cannon instead of Smith. But yeah, look at the White Sox 218 against right-handed starters. New York against the interleague 202. McGill's numbers have been better at home. Mets now 17-3 to the under against the American League, and 10-1 to the under at home against teams average 0.9 home runs per game or fewer this season. White Sox is the road dog, 16-10 to the under. Yeah, I'll take the under in that one. I'm going to come back with KC in this one. Reds only hit 206 against lefties. I think it's Bubic, right? I'm not Bubic. It's Lynch, right? The lefty Lynch. Lynch is on there. Okay, lefty's on there. Give me the under. Give me KC there in this one. Reds hit just 206 against lefty starters. Singer, look at Singer on the road. He's a Damian 6.66 on the road with an ERA of 6.66 there. So have your Iron Maiden hats. Bring your Iron Maiden shirts to the game. We got a 6.66 there on the mound from Singer there. And what else we got here? Yeah, I'll look at the Brewers based on their home performance. And Brewers at home against losing teams, 9-5, returning 3.5 units. And the Brewers have hit a little bit over their past 7. Their bullpen in night games, 3.3 ERA. Red Sox have lost 6 of 8 on the road. I'll take Milwaukee in that spot. Another under with the Rockies and Cubs. Sleep-inducing series, especially with the wind blowing in, and the Rockies hitting just $1.95 on the road. And Cubs bullpen has been pretty sharp as well. I like the big fat plus price, plus 132 here with Nathan Eovaldi on the hill for Texas. They have some pretty good run lines performances this year. When you look at Texas, even though they had to slip up yesterday, heading into yesterday, they were 7-2 to the run line, facing teams that average 0.9 home runs per game or fewer this season, returning 5 units. I'll come in with that big plus 130 price here with the Eovaldi here and Rangers. You look at Francis in his past 5 starts, an ERA of 7.5. Eovaldi under 1 ERA in his past 5 starts. So I'll look here at this run line. Also, the Blue Jays are 0-4 the run line against these really good starters with a WHIP of 1.35 or lower, losing 4.5 units. So I'll look at them in that spot. Rangers run line. All right, let's continue here on the Toinks Morning Show as we continue here with baseball. The homeless out of their shelter into Houston. There we got the Astros 205, total 7.5. Yankees and Angels. Yankees putting up a big number here, $1.83, total of 9. Pirates and D-backs. The D-backs 246, total of 9. Marlins and Padres. The Padres $1.77, total of 7.5. We close out with the Nasty Nats and the Mariners. The Mariners now up. You could have got 144 last night. This one's up to 152, 162 in some places. Total sits here at 8. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and you look at the Astros. I'm not laying that price with Hunter Brown. No chance. Look at him last game out. He got rocked. He went 5 innings. He got 15 outs, but gave up 7 hits, couple of walks, 5 earned runs, 3 home runs. He's given up 4 home runs in his last 2 starts. I think teams are starting to figure out Hunter Brown. And on the other side of things, we know J.P. Sears can roll along. He can have a good start here, and I think he does. I'm going to take the Athletics out on the road where they play their better ball. They're away from their homeless park. They play out on the road much better. And on that big plus price, and I'll take a shot there with the Athletics in that matchup. And another one I'm looking at here is where is it? Give me we got Meyer and Kolick on the. Give me the over 7.5 there in that one between the Marlins and the Padres. We know Max Meyer definitely. We've seen some regression from his start of the year, so he can definitely give up some. And Kolick, I think he's good for a couple, but once you get to the bullpen, Padres use quite a few arms. So I think once we get to the bullpens, we see plenty of offense there. Give me the over 7.5. And then Evans on the mound for Seattle. And then Seattle at home in their park always struggle to score. For me, this Washington squad, you know what? After they play a bunch of home games and they head on that road, that first road game, they get like jacked for these road games. They get really excited. They average scoring at least 6 runs. So I like Washington there to come into Seattle and win that game 1 with Parker on the mound. I think he could deal and make things tough for Seattle, who has been notorious at home to struggle to hit and score runs. So I'll take a shot there with the Nationals to beat Seattle in that game 1 matchup.
There we go with Rod. We move over to Sean.
I got to disagree with Rod with my guy Hunter Brown. Love me some Hunter Brown. No, he's off the bad start yesterday or last against Tampa Bay. The start before that, I mean, not really struggling. 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. That was a home run, but I mean, the guy's been dealing. Give me a run line here, and it's tough to do because not because of how he pitched his last game for me. It's just because the Astros offense for me is why it's. You see a number like that because the Astros offense to me is terrible. But I'll complain about a lot of offenses. They're right up there with some of the worst. God, like, who are these guys? Who the heck are these guys? I feel like it's a Major League, 1989. Angel, I want to take a shot again with the Angels with 1-8. I mean, okay, the Yanks are a good team, right? Oh, they got the best record, or them or the Cubbies tied for best record. You're going to give me like 160 with a guy who's pretty solid. Anderson pitches well. He pitches well for a trash Angel team. He pitches excellent. He gets wins when he's on a decent team with the Dodgers. I'll take a shot with the lefty there, getting a big number, and maybe it's maybe it's that day 2 out of Colorado and it kind of catches up with the Yanks there. Usually you see teams kind of struggle a game, the first game or the second game coming out of Rocky series, even though you usually pound those teams, but still, historically it's always been challenging for teams that come out of the altitude there. So give me the Angels. Always fade the Pirates. We'll do this in honor of Chris Atkins on here today. Let's go, Chris. Run line for the Dodgers or for the D-backs here, minus 120. I'm going to ride on the Natties. The Mariners cannot hit at home.
Yeah,
another club that is like the worst hitting team in baseball on their home field. So Yeah, you want to give me a plus? What are we showing here? Plus
130?
Oh yeah,
135 even.
I've seen a bunch of their games. It's their late night games. They always seem to be either 1-1 or 2-2 in the eighth. That's what you get with it.
They tend not hit at home. I think they're the worst hitting club at home. And when we go to do the hockey, I'll definitely double check on that one there. But yeah, and the Padres, we're Max Meyer guys, right? Hi, I'm a Max Meyer guy. I fell for his first 2 starts of the year. I want to keep betting the guy. Over. I'm with you, Rod. Right? The Marlins are going to score runs, and the Padres, well, you should score runs against this guy because he has not been good his last few starts. 5+ ERA his last 7 starts. That is not going to put money in your pocket. So let's go over. For the month of May, 5.64 ERA, 281 batting average against, 25 hits in 22 innings, 15 runs. Thank you. Yes. I will have another and go over the total in San Diego.
There we go here from Sean. I'll tell you what I think about. I'm going to take the homeless here with Sears. We look at Houston hitting only 217 against lefty starters. Again, the AL games, they have bullpen of ERA 4.4. Sears have been better on the road. The Athletics have been better on the road. It's better when you get into a Major League ballpark and get away from the cold showers and sack lunches you have in the shelters. So they seem to be better on the road. The facilities are better. Everything's better. You feel like you're in a Major League team. So I'll take the Athletics here at that big plus price there. And that one, I'll take the Angels at the big fat price. Looking at this Angel team, they have been hitting the ball well coming in. I know they're going to face a good bullpen here, but Anderson at home, ERA of 2.51 in his 5 starts. New York against good left-handed starters on the road, 1-4 there this season. Facing an AL starter with an ERA of 3.7 or lower, losing 4.5 units. So give me the Angels there in that spot. I like the under. Roof closed in Arizona. Another under for me there. I know it's Burrows on the hill, but Pittsburgh just 207 on the road. Arizona hitting 251 against righties. Burns at home, ERA 1.48. The closed roof should help Burns a lot here. And against good NL starters with an ERA of 3.2 or lower, the Pirates 9-1 to the under on the road against these teams. D-backs have gone under now in 8 of 10 as we're starting to see the roof closed. We're starting to see unders cash in. So give me the under there with Pittsburgh and Arizona in that spot. For me, it's a run line with the Padres here. Meyer, looking at Meyer here in his past 5 starts, an ERA of 6.5. The Padres 13-3 of the run line, facing an NL team with an on-base percentage of 325 or lower this season, returning 10.5 units. I'll take Padres run line in that one. All right, let's continue here on.
Real fast, Tone.
Right.
Seattle at home, the worst of the bunch, a 212 batting average at home. Worst in the league. Followed closely by the Angels at 214. So, and the Angels and Guardians at 215. And I see our guy Keith in there yesterday. Remember, we were talking about the Rods prop after the fact. I think he mentioned yesterday it was plus 200 for 2 hits.
Yep.
Today it's 160 or 165 here at the DK. So worth a shot versus Max. Right, he did not get to start yesterday, so he came in for a couple of bats. But yeah, I like it. Plus 160. Get that Rods hits there, Keith.
Here we go there from Sean and Keith. All right, let's continue here on the Tony S'more Show. We'll turn our attention to the ice here as we now have Stars and Oilers. This is a big game here for the Oilers. Can they take commanding lead in this one? They got it done during the day. Now they're going to play at night here. Oilers and Stars. Oilers $1.57, total 6 over to Rod.
Yeah, you look at that one. It was basically, I wouldn't say dominance. Good thing for Skinner because he basically stole that game for the Oilers because they were getting outplayed all over, but he was making saves left, right, center, all over the place. And what does he do in game 4s? Mr. Lights Out, best in the NHL in the playoff history in game number 4 is these Oilers. What? He just steps up in these spots. Oilers 7-0 in game 4s over the last couple seasons. But here's a stat for you. Look at this Dallas squad team. After they lose out on the road by 4 goals or more this year, 7-0 in those spots. Dallas has bounced back pretty good after getting their ass whooped on the road. So someone's has got to go, as we say, because the Oilers are 7-0 in game 4s on this spot. Dallas up of a 4-goal blowout loss to 7-0. So we should be in for a good one. So tonight, I'm going to say we get some goals. You look at this Oilers squad, what they have done is defensively, right? Stepped it up, but after they've allowed 1 goal or less in a couple games this season, we've seen some goals. And we usually average about 8.4 in those games. So it's 6.5. I'm going to take the over here in this game. I think Dallas, they want to win this. You're going to have to score some goals. So I think the Oilers offense has been ticking along. They've had 18 guys score goals for the Oilers this season in this playoff run. And that's been the huge difference for the Oilers-wise. You get 18 different guys scoring goals. 7 guys have scored 5 goals for the Oilers. So I'll take the over in this one. Over 6.5. For the last 5 games head-to-head, I've also got us to the over between these two squads.
Here we go with Ron. Anything on the ice tonight, Sean?
No, I was going to think about taking Dallas, but I don't think I'm playing it here. Not interested. I had Florida last night on the puck line. I took the puck right in the teeth. So now I got to come back and take them their next game here because – like a wacko, I went kind of heavy for myself, but that's all right. They're only like 110, 115 on the road, so I'll take them. I'll take them and wrap it up there.
There we go here from Sean. All right, let's continue here on the Tony S'more Show. We turn our attention to this big card here from the W. No games yesterday, but we got a lot today. We'll see how they roll. We start here with, this is a big line. We got the expansion Valkyries on the road against the Liberty here. 15.5, the Liberty favorite, total 162. The Wings and the Sun. Here we got the Wings, 5.5 on the road, total 161.5. Storm and the Lynx 7.5, 6.5, total 156.5. Dream at the Sparks here. We got the Sparks 2, total 163. Sky and Mercury. The Mercury here is 6.5. Total sits here at 157.5. And I saw that Brittany Griner here is out here for Atlanta. I was wondering probably that bad language she was using. I don't know if it was suspension or injury. Let me see what it was because I know she went out. Oh, the knee issue. Okay, I thought it might have been her language yesterday or the other day.
I showed her like they showed her like going after the refs in a live interview.
Yeah, I know. That was insane.
That's hate speech considered for the WNBA. I'm shocked she's even,
Hey, listen, you know what? They got the weakest commissioner of any sport. They have no backbone. They're gonna need to take control of what's going on in that league. It's just really bad.
The good news is they're off for potato salad Monday, not out of the kitchen and into the yard again.
They're gonna be there. They're all carved up. Maybe we'll see some overs. We'll see what happens. We're on order rot.
Yeah, look at these ones. I'm going to take the Valkyries there in that first half. I see 9.5 all over the place. So give me the Valkyries plus the 9.5 in that first half. Why? It's because this Valkyrie squad, they're great at shooting free throws. They're hitting 87% of their free throws, and defensively they're actually And they won the game. You look what they do defensively. They're actually holding teams to 41% field goal shooting. When you look at the Liberty, holding teams to 38% field goal shooting. So the biggest problem is the Valkyries is turning it over. If they don't turn over the ball so much, they're going to stay within that 9.5 in the first half. I don't know about full game. This Liberty team is that good, but I'll take the Valkyries plus the boatload you give me in that first half. And then another one that I like here in the first half is you look at Dallas taking on the Suns. Ooh, two teams that defensively are just awful. So what you would think that we'd be like, oh, we better take an over, right? We'll see plenty of scoring there because both defenses are awful. No, the offenses ain't good. They're not scoring a whole pile of points there in that one. I like the under in the first half as well. So we'll take the under. It's 81 I see with Dallas and the Suns. Take the under in the first half in that one. And then the one more I'm looking at here in this group of games. You look at Seattle, and hey, congratulations. They played great basketball at home. Then they're out here on the road against the Lynx squad that's going to run you right over. You look at the Lynx at home. They're 2-0 at home, but they haven't covered, right? Big, giant number here. I think they win by 10+. This is one of those ones the Lynx step up and smash Seattle in this spot. I just don't like Seattle on the road. They play their better basketball at home. Once they get out on the road, for some reason, they hit long chunks where they just don't hit shots, and they struggle to score. And the Lynx will pounce on you in that one. Win by 10+.
There are some long road trips in the W, especially for those coastal teams. We'll see how that rolls there. All right. Anything from the W there, Sean?
Well, I wanted to take the 17.5 just because it's 17.5 points. I mean, maybe Rod knows a little better about these teams. He thinks they'll pull away and cover that number, but I would still. I mean, 17.5. Really? Come on.
The Aces were 17.5 the other day, and they won by 23, I believe it was.
All right, so they got there. I mean, I'm just saying it's a big number.
It's a massive number, massive. So I wouldn't talk you off of that one. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Again, just looking at it, I'm not a rig follower, so I don't pretend to be. We know this. I'll make my jokes, but it's all you, Tony. Take it away.
All right. We got through the WNBA segment. Some Fred Wardier, XM. Yeah, we do. We look at Q cappers. So you can send an email to support@tonyspicks.com. And if you'd like to apply, and we'll get you started on the application process. It is a bit of a process to come aboard because we want to make sure you're committed to the game. You're committed, and you're willing to help yourself. We'll help you, but are you willing to help yourself? That's the most important thing. And then I'll leave it at that. I had a guy complain yesterday. Really, if you told my tone when I did my baseball, I was pretty pissed. I had a guy complain that I wasn't promoting him on it. I said, dude, you got to promote. I'm not going to promote someone who doesn't do videos on our site. That's it. You're I lost it yesterday. But anyway, yeah, you're going to have to do some videos on this stuff. No, that you got. Listen, I want guys to at least show their face and show their form on camera to the public. That's how it is. That's moving forward. Anybody that comes on board at TonySpeaks.com, you got to show your form, show your face either in videos or in the live shows. People got to know that you're a live speaking person, not some AI capper. That's really
Fred, don't come in and tell us to take the Cubs and the Mets on a nice money line parlay today. All right?
That's right.
Well, we making fun of you.
Yeah, I mean, in the way we run it here is we don't allow in premium when we document plays that are over 139. That's where we break it off. No minus run line or puck lines. So you can't try to angle the leaderboard by putting minus 180s, minus 190s up there just to angle yourself to the top of the leaderboard. We've taken that all away. So the guys on the top of the leaderboard are legit good handicappers, not just anglers out there. When you go back and look at some of these other leaderboards, guys up there, they're putting in minus 230s, minus 190s to angle themselves to the top of the leaderboard. Well, we take that away here at TonySpeaks.com because you can't post a play more than 139 on our board money line. So there you go.
You can't do like a 110 run line. I mean,
no.
Come on.
Yeah. That's why we can have 25 guys and fill the leaderboards. That's pretty much how it is. although that is pretty short for us, but we do have pretty high standards here as well. You got to be in it every day. Some of the guys, there's no vacations, there's no passing here. So these are committed bettors that come on board and that are in there every day. You're in there every day. You're going to stay on top of things. Oh, I need a break here. I need a break there. That means that your eye's off the ball. We don't want you here if that's your work ethic. So it's pretty tough.
You need a break. You have no bankroll. You shouldn't be betting.
Yeah.
There you go. Really. I mean, you got to grind away. You lose. Listen, I lose. I think I'm 3-8, 3-10, whatever the last couple days in MLB. Doesn't mean I have any money in my pocket. No, you just shrink your money. You shrink your bet size, and you grind out. This is not I'm hot, I'm going to play. Oh, I'm losing, I'm going to take a day off. No.
Yep.
It's one thing you don't like the card. I come in here, I tell you I'm not a huge NBA bettor, not WNBA, hockey, golf. That's fine. But you're going to fire away in sports. And maybe you'll be like, you know what, I like one game today. I don't like nothing today. And that happens.
That happens.
You're not taking off for a week and be like, I gotta get my stuff together. No, you're a degenerate. You're a degenerate. You shouldn't be doing this. There you go.
There you go.
No degenerates. Thank you.
Got a lot of experience. A lot of experience on this panel today. A lot of experience on this panel today, guys. You asked the right question at the right time with this panel.
I mean, really. And again, it's not like other guys better than me. Sure, there are. I'm sure there's a lot of people in the chat might be better. I don't know. I have no idea what people have. Their money, their betting. Who knows? All I know is that for 20 years I've been on video, whatever, doing this, and it's tough. It's tough on video. It's tough in real life grinding. It ain't easy. It's definitely not easy. You lose. I lose. Come on, tell you I lose. A lot of people don't say they lose. Go watch videos. How many guys tell you have losing days? Yeah. 1 out of 10? Maybe, right? I mean, very rarely.
And also, I would mention
We own it.
too,
We told you. I told you the beard is ready to go. If I have another losing day, it'll be my third straight, and it'll be like round.
That's why like you can't like you don't get creative, bro. You cannot get emotional. Gordon Gekko can't get emotional about money. You win, you lose. It's just whatever. Whatever.
Because you have the ups
this is
and
the
downs.
job. It's you go to work, you get excited. You go to work because there's not enough boxes to stack or whatever the hell you do. Like, I'm gonna do a couple. No, you don't get excited. You don't get excited. It's just freaking. It is what it is.
Absolutely. Yeah, Ron Hahn coming with a video.
There
you go. That's the best way there. Exactly.
Get your video up, Ron.
Get your video up there. Also, too, the live shows does show your range, and that's something I always meant. Shows your handicap and range because we cover every game here. You pass sports you don't handicap. That's cool, but you can see on the live shows the handicap and range that cappers have here. They can cover the whole board. They know the games, and these are guys behind a screen name. You really don't know what they're doing. You don't know their form. You really don't know what they're all about. That's you put your money behind guys you see on the live shows because you see their form here. They have a long range, but they know the team, they know the bullpens. They know that's what the value here of these live shows are. We see that we know our stuff. Let's put it that way.
Right. I took your Valkyries first half plus 10 for $100.
Nice. Let's get it.
You have to shave if I lose it, though. There you go. All right. Let's continue here on the Tonys. Oh, they're starting to put these 3-0 series comebacks in Stanley Cup playoff history. It's happened 4 times. Kings, Flyers, Islanders, Maple Leafs did it back in the day. So it has.
I think Carolina goes back home and wins one. I'm telling you. You heard it here first. This series is far from over. Thornton's not going to go into Carolina and win one. They're going to go. They're going to go into Carolina and lose, and it's going to be 4-2. It's going to be Carolina's winning another one. I'm telling you.
I just did 3 and 3 here on this one for Carolina puck line plus 205 and minus one. Not Carolina, Florida puck line plus 205 for $3 and minus 112 for $3. Now you're telling me they're going to lose.
Oh no.
Yeah,
it's what happens. Look what they did. Look at what Florida did last year. They got up 3-0 in the Stanley Cup final, and they turned 3 around and made the Oilers go into a game 7. So, Carolina figured something out last night. They figured out how to keep Florida off the board. So,
did they figure? I mean, I saw it was 1-0, and they scored a couple late. Was it just Florida thought
Anderson looked good? You know why? Because you snubbed Anderson by swapping him out in game 3. He only had 2. He had 1 bad game. Otherwise, he's been absolute money. So you snubbed him. So he came in and said, "You know what? You gonna snub me? I'll show you how we play hockey." And he won the game. Played real well. But what they did was they kept Florida off getting shots. Look how many shots Florida had. It wasn't even close. They Carolina outshot them, outworked them, and now they're going home. and then basically you got that monkey off your back as well. You just ended your 0-15, and now you got yourself a win. And all of a sudden you're going to turn around and go back to your losing ways. Florida's not going to be it's not going to be a cakewalk for Florida to win it. That's for sure.
Oh, come on,
in Carolina, I'm going to say Carolina wins it and makes another game.
I cut his mic already. He's making me ruin my day.
There you go with Rod there. All right, we got you through the that segment. So now it's time for our Parlay Purple segment, where our cappers can give out a parlay, team player prop, game of the future, or just play it straight. We leave it up to the cappers. We start with Rod.
And for me today, we'll go to the MLB. We're going to take the Washington Nationals on the money line, and then throw in the over between the Marlins and the Padres, and then we'll throw in the under between the Twins and the Rays. Little 3-teamer for you, baseball.
There we go with Rod on over to Sean.
All right. It has been bad the last 2 days here, Sunday, Monday for me. 0-6, 33 and 33. We're still up $100 though. We got to do better. It's been a bad 2 days. Angels plus 170. Nationals plus 135. And here we go. Marlins over the 8. There we go. 3-pack for you. That's even money on that Marlin game too. So
There we go here from Sean. I'll tell you what I think about my 3-pack. I like the Dodgers here. Guardians can't hit at home, and too much contact given up by Bybee this year. I like the under Giants, Tigers, under White Sox and Mets. Those are your 2 sleep-inducing games there. So if you have trouble falling asleep, I suggest checking out one of those 2. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show. We got to do the parlay segment. Now it's time to let you know what we have for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. We have a pretty big card today here for Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL on the board. Big card from the W as well. But if you want our best bets, just hit the link in the description. That'll take you right on over to Tony'sPicks.com. That's where you'll be able to see what we have for sale over on the site today for this Tuesday action. We'll see what Rod's got go wrong over at Tony'sPicks.com. Rod, unit leader here over at Tony's Picks at 5,339 units of profit. All documented over at Tony's Picks. Rod, what you got for sale?
And for me today at Tony's Picks, I love today's card, so I'm stacked with action today. I got my NHL one-timer rolling today. I got my MLB play of the day rolling today. I've also got Tackle the Book Tuesday, where I'm throwing in my NHL one-timer, and MLB play. I got a WNBA play in there as well in that Tackle the Books, and a couple more MLB. So all day today, I've got 5 MLB in total. I've got 1 NBA, 1 WNBA, couple on the NHL. So stack card for me. Instead of trying to buy all those individually, best way to go is long term here at Tony's Picks. That 3-day moneymaker, even that week pass will get you the rest of the week right on through to next Monday is the way to go here at Tony's Picks. As you can see, 2-for-1 cab promotional. Can't go wrong with that as well. I've been cold. So I've been, as we say here, fully transparent, slumping along and trying not to lose all the units that I've gained throughout the year. So what happens is you always have that bounce back, and I'm trying to find the bounce back that it doesn't go awfully down the wrong way. So I'm definitely looking for turning things around, and today it starts. I love today's card. Lots of spots to make money, so jump aboard here at Tony'sPicks.com. Don't forget, Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases over there. Jump aboard. Let's have a big day together.
Yeah, we're Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. You see the great results here from Rod, 5339 for the year documented. Rod's ready to roll here with his packages, long-term subscriptions on the bottom. You just scroll down the page. Of course, we're all documented here, so you can verify every play that Rod's posted in the system by just going down to the handicapper page, and you can see 2,122 premium plays Rod has posted in our system. You can check every one of them out there at Tony's Picks and get on board with Rod over there at Tony's Picks. Links in the description to get signed up. Let's see what Sean's got for sale. Approaching 2,000 units of profit for the year. Sean, what you got for sale?
Yeah, I was over 2,000 and then I had a crap 2 days. So, yeah, there it is. MLB. And, we're documented. Go through the documents. Go check me out and then look at the free picks I give you. I give you stuff here that I give on the site sometimes. So I am what I am. There you go. A lot of Major League Baseball. You'll get some NBA and hockey sporadically here in the playoffs as we wind down the season. But I don't know if I have 2,000 plays like Rod, but I got quite a few up there in the sports. So go get it. I got a 3-pack up. Again, the long-term things are always the best way to approach it, because when you have a bad day, you look at for the month, you're up. But that's what separates. That's what we were talking about before with Fred here coming in and wanted to jump on board to be a site guy or a pro guy, whatever. It's difficult. You got to ride the waves. Long term's always better. So there you go. What do you got? I mean, listen, I'm up. Not the best. I got to do better. But listen, WNBA, you can't stop me.
That's right there. Profit in the NBA too over the 30 days. And look at the long-term pies. That's a good scope here. 30 days. Look at that.
It would be better again. Like I said, I think I'm like 3-10. I want to say I was 3-6 yesterday, no 3 Sunday. That is not good. It's 3-9. So it happens. It happens.
Yep. You can see Sean has a 3-pack up there. Yep. You can see Sean has a 3-pack of all of our one-day passes, our profit guarantee. They must earn a profit amount purchase. We'll be correct back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. But your best value here is getting the long-term subscriptions early in the week. You guys like that 7-day pass. You can try that out with Sean. And of course, you'll notice he has the 3-pack, but if you look at his plays, he's got about 5 plays out there, maybe more. So your best value there is getting the long-term subscription.
There's 5 up there. There you go.
There you go. You can always see what the volume is 5. And there you go. 5 premium score from baseball, 1 from the NBA. You can always check that out there.
Like I said, unless it's football season when the games are from like noon to 10 o'clock at night, I'll split out a couple packages. But I don't do that. I'd rather have you on for a week, a month, whatever. You get everything included. That's, I hate just going, oh, what's your best bet? That game loses, but the other ones go 3-0, and then you're 0-1, but it's 3-1 on the site, and you're complaining. I don't do that. Go get a long termer, and that's not just for for anybody. It's definitely better.
Long term is the way to go, as you can see there. Sean's locked and loaded here for this Tuesday card. So get on board with Sean over at Tony'sPicks.com, and the promo code Tony at checkout will save you that 15% off. Hey, the multi-capper promotion, 2-for-1 capper promotion. Match Sean and Rod on a 2-for-1. You're dealing with the two top performers in the industry, documented at Tony'sPicks.com. So get on board there if you would. All right, guys, I do have a best bet on the board for Major League Baseball. Also a 3-pack with 2 baseball, 1 NBA. You can buy them each. You can buy them each separately in a package, or just buy the long-term subscription from me. That 7-day pass is the way to go. I am having a really good baseball year over at Tony'sPicks.com in the green in the NBA this year. So you can see that document over on our leaderboard there. We have leaderboard, the main leaderboard. You can just drop down and see the records here for sports by sport. And we have a leaderboard 2.0 up there as well. We can actually scroll all the way down and verify all the numbers here. We go even deeper on our leaderboards. If we go to leaderboard 2.0, we got a leaderboard that documents the per play. You want to see who the spread, money line, total guys are. You can see late steam plays, best bets at $19 promotional. So that's all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. When you scroll down the leaderboard at 2.0, you can actually hit the Who's Hot tab. The Who Hot tab will have the same leaderboard for you as well. So we got lots going on over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can see that by type and by all plays here. Hit the Who Hot. You can scroll down and just hit the Who's Hot tab, and you can see it right there. So it'll come with a big day yesterday. Our leaderboards fill up, guys. We all have 25 guys, and we fill up leaderboards. So there you go. Pretty good job by our cappers here at Tony'sPicks.com. Very good cappers on our site. Put up against anybody out there. All right, we're with you here, guys. Monday through Friday here at 9:30 a.m. each time here with the Tony's Picks Morning Show. So if you ever happen to miss the show, guys, very simple to find us on YouTube. All you got to do is head on over to YouTube, type in Tony's Picks in the search, and you'll find our YouTube channel here. And as you scroll through the YouTube channel, you want to watch a replay of the live show, just hit the live tab, and boom, our replay appears here or there. Also, we have a members feature. If you'd like to join, support us, so you get early access to my videos. You can hear me in my foul mood going through my rundown yesterday there on the members page. Also, the replay of our live shows and the happy hour comes back after holiday off yesterday. We've got the happy hour. We see Rod in there. You'll see Ronnie. You'll see also Ramon in there as well. Some of the cappers also will come in, schedule if their schedules work out. We've seen Ben in there. I think Bo is going to come back again. We saw Bo with some videos in there as well. So check out the happy hour today at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Hit the video tab, and you'll be able to see deeper dives. This is where you get all your stats from us as we go deeper into the games here. El Nino's looking for his 3 dogs of the day. We got Chris with his home run props as well with those. Also, is baseball in there. Rod, deeper dive on the hockey. I do the deep dives in baseball as well as NBA. Ron Cropper will come in and keep an eye on the later ones on the KBO. That's for later. That was yesterday. Yeah, we should probably do them earlier, a day earlier in advance. Those are the older ones. WNBA coverage as well with Ron and Ramon. They get it done early for you guys here. So that one's up there. 2-3 zone. You'll see Ron and Ramon with the WNBA solo will pop in as well in the 2-3 zone. Their WNBA free picks for today's big card, 5-game card. They got picks from all 5 games in the compilation video there from Rod as well as Ramon. So they go at it for you there with the W as well. And of course, check us out on the YouTube. Lots of great content on our YouTube channel. Of course, Rod, you've got your video content up there as well as the live show coming up today.
Yeah, definitely. Apologize. I would have had some WNBA videos up. I just it was storming here. It was hot during the day, and storms roll through, windy. And once that wind starts gusting to close to 100 kilometers an hour here for me, it's just tough getting anything uploaded anywhere. So apologize. If you watch for those WNBA videos, they'll be coming soon. And then, as Tony alluded to, the NHL's starting to wrap it up, but I got you covered there, deep diving the hockey game today and all the hockey going forward. So definitely be on the lookout for those. And then it is Tuesday, back to the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Tune in to the happy hour show. You'll see me, Ramon, and some of the other cappers you see here at Tony's Picks pop in on that happy hour show as well. So definitely pop aboard.
Very good there. Top of the board there with Rod here on that happy hour. Of course, Sean, pretty much a morning guy.
Morning guy, although like I said, I'll come in more. The calendar churns here, so you might see me in the afternoon. Definitely not on the NBA talk or WNBA talk, but I'll be here for MLB. You know that.
That's right.
So real Cam.
There you go. All right, guys. With you here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern with the Tony X Morning Show. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow. Of course, happy hour today, 5 p.m. Eastern time. If there's any roster changes, they'll let you know. Rod and Company will let you know about all the pitching changes, injuries. Keep an eye on Neesmith with that ankle. We'll see what he does here today as we get close to that Pacers next game. All right. Anybody have anything to say in closing before we close it out?
Good luck today.
All right. Everyone have good luck today.
Good luck today, definitely.
Absolutely. Well, goodbye, guys. You guys make it a winning day. We're back tomorrow on the Tony's Morning Show.